So I always play with my StamPlar kind of in tandem with my Stam sort, because in the past they've always sort of filled a similar niche. They have a similar play style. So if I'm in that mood, you know, it's kind of between one of the two. But that's kind of changing. I think the more we get into hybridization and the more the game evolves and the more I as a player evolve, they're kind of diverging a little bit. Like, they still have a lot in common. They're both orcs. They have bow on the back bar. They're speedy, kitey type of builds, but they bring very different things to the table. And you know, I was just playing with my Stam sort for like 2 or 3 weeks straight, just kind of maining that dude. And then when I decided, okay, it's time to jump on Betsy, the StamPlar, and see how she's holding up, I was kind of discouraged at first, right? Because she doesn't hold a candle to the Stam sort to Tane as far as offense goes. Getting kills and just piling up a giant mountain of bodies. She can't do that, not anymore. So that was bumming me out at first, but you know, for a Stam sort, that's all they bring to the table, is that big pile of bodies, right? There's no support, there's nothing but killing power. And so if that's all you're bringing to the table, then yeah, you better be really darn good at that. But Betsy doesn't have to just rely on that to justify her existence. For one, she's like a lot more selfishly survivable. She can actually brawl pretty well these days, and she has a lot of group support as well. She gets maybe like a third of the kills as Tane does, but she's also providing all this other stuff to the team as well. And so, you know, if she was getting the same kill counts as the Stam sort, that wouldn't be right? If she could do that and have all the group support and all that, then everyone would play StamPlar in that case. That's kind of what I've been trying to keep in mind. So like the last few days, I've really been focusing on Betsy, and I've had to kind of get out of that Stam sort mentality where I'm like chasing down kills and really focusing on that as my metric for success. Kind of have to get out of that, and our buddy Uncle Sam used the term battlefield commander. He referred to Betsy as a battlefield commander as far as like how I play her. And I thought that was a very good description of kind of the mentality I try to get into when I'm playing with her. I'm not necessarily trying to be the best healer, not necessarily trying to be the one with the most damage per se. You know, I'm trying to just do whatever the team needs, period. Just what from one moment to the next. What do we need to do to get through this thing and to be successful? What can Betsy do to help? Really, that is the strength of the Templar class, right? We've said lots of times before, they sort of exist in this offense and defense simultaneously all the time. And they're, more than anyone, I think, are able to kind of adapt to a situation on a dime. Like in an instant, they can respond to something happening and make a difference in that situation. I think they're better at that than anyone. And so I'm trying to take advantage of that, you know. And what's really nice about Betsy is she's very adaptable to any group or anyone that she's with. Like, if you want to log in, Davius, with your Sork and go zip zapping around, you could team up with Betsy just fine. She can keep up. She's very quick and speedy. She can do the hit and run thing. She has support, so she'll be able to help keep you alive as well. It'll be a great pair.
Absolutely.
If you want to log on with your Stamina Dragon Knight, Lord of Nords, that's also going to be a great pair, right? Because Betsy, again, is going to have the support to help keep you alive. She can actually brawl pretty well these days because she has a lot of healing with the cleanse and the what's it called, Honor the Dead and Vigor. So she can get right in there and brawl as well. She's very adaptable to whoever she's with. She can complement them in whatever way they need. She does 1v1 fights. Like I'm talking about, like she doesn't get nearly the kills that my Stam sort does. Nobody gets the kills my Stam sort does. She's getting about average kill counts to what most people are getting in BGs these days, like 6, 7, 8 kills a match. And you're right, like she can't streak away. Like kind of when you're playing as a Templar, one of your strengths and one of the things you're strongly incentivized to do is to provide that support, right? Because there is no streak, there is no invisibility, there's no dark deal to get your resources back. Like you're forced to play smart. There's no other choice. And if your teammate dies, that highly increases your chances of dying because you're outnumbered now and you can't just streak away. So your survival strategy is to keep your teammates alive. And that's, you know, you think about the theme of the Templar class, that's perfectly fitting. That's what they do. Even if you're an offensively focused build, I think that's a strength of the class that you really do need to lean into. Betsy's build is the same as the last time I talked about her, but it's been a while. She's it's Wretched Vitality as a back bar set with a bow, Deadly Strikes as a double bar set, Vadishran two-hander, a two-handed mace on the front bar, Gaze of Sithis Mythic Helm, and One Piece Magma Incarnate.